All right, we are coming at you, Miss Rosie, math teacher, with my 7th period, grade 7 math class. We are on textbook page 73. We're working on lesson 6-3, continuing with multiplication and division inequalities with positive coefficients. All right, beginning today with item number 5. Guys, first of all, let's talk about this symbol. The what sign? Is this a less than sign or a greater than sign? When it's a capital L tipped, it is a less than sign. Notice the alligator mouth is open toward what side? The left or the right? The right. So imagine this. If it were an equation, it would be balanced exactly the same on both sides. If it is heavier on the right, it would tilt this way. If it is heavier on the left, it would tilt this way. Which way do you think this is tilting? Can you guys show me which way you think this seesaw or balance would be tilting? Are you showing this way? If so, you are correct. All right, let's take a look at this inequality. Remembering our rule we learned yesterday, if something is being multiplied on the busy side of things, we know we will therefore do what on both sides? Divide. Or if it is being divided, then we will what on both sides? Multiply. And this will be the positive coefficient. Where does a coefficient sit, guys? Right in front of the x. Whatever the variable is, when there's a number in front of it, it is called the what? Say the big word. Coefficient. Say it again. Coefficient. All right, so in today's lesson, let's look at the coefficient sitting in front of x. It is what, class? 1.1. Now, is x being multiplied by 1.1 or divided by 1.1? Say it. Multiplied. What is the opposite of multiply by 1.1? Divide by? Excellent. Write that underneath right now. Then throw it over the wall and also write what on the right side? I love that answer. Divide by 1.1. Awesome job, y'all. Now, when I notice I've got 1.1 over top of 1.1, that becomes a giant number 1. And I don't need to bring the 1 down, but I do need to bring the what? Bring the x on down. Please write x. And then write the symbol that you see there. What is your symbol? And I'm going to bring this down a little lower. It is x is less than. And then let's do this mental math. Negative 4.4 divided by 1.1. Do you think it is 3 or 4? And is it positive or negative? Negative 4 is correct. Wave if you understand how we got x is less than negative 4. Do I have any questions? All right, now I want you to plot that on your number line. Now remember, we already learned yesterday and the day before that, if it is just a less than or, sorry, that's a greater than or a less than sign, we will keep an open point. If it is a greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, we will use a what? Closed point. So what type of point are you about to draw on negative 4? An open point. I love it. Guys, it acts like a handle to hold on to the arrow, but you don't fill it in because when there's no equal, it means it will not include negative 4. X can be any amount that is what than negative 4. What does the sign say? Less than. Now, here's the habit you've got to get into, though. Look at the X and ask yourself, is the X looking at the little side of the alligator mouth or the big side of the alligator mouth? The little side. Which direction of an arrow means littler, littler, littler? Left. So make your arrow go to the left. Do you understand how we got this sign? Okay, let's go on to item number 6, and then I will set you guys free to do your own work. Here we go, number 6. This time I see that, and let me rewrite this so you guys can see it on the big TV screen. X divided by 6 is greater than or equal to 2. Go to the busy side. What do I mean by busy side? The one with the variable or the one without a variable? The one with a variable. What is happening to x? It is being what by 6? Please say it. Divided. What is the opposite of divide? Multiply. So multiply by what on both sides? By 6 on both sides. Do we understand why we're multiplying by 6 on both sides? Now over on the left, that would be 6 over 6 canceling out. We keep only the what? Only the x. We copy what sign? Greater than or equal to. And guys, mentally solve this. 2 times 6. 12 is correct. Excellent. Do we understand how we got x is greater than or equal to 12? Now plot this on your number line. Where will you draw a point above what number? 12. And will it be an open point or a closed point? Closed. How did we know it needed to be closed? Because of the equal to part. This time it's not just a handle for the arrow. It's a reminder that because of the equal part, it is allowed to include 12. Now, take a look at the x. Is the x looking at the greater side of the alligator mouth? Or is the x looking at the littler side of the alligator mouth? Say it. The greater side. Draw your arrow in the greater side direction. Draw your arrow in the greater side direction. Which direction did you draw your arrow in? Right. To the right. Wave if your answer matches mine. All right, I hope this helps. Get busy online. Make it happen.